What should we do when we're exhausted, frightened, dispirited? What should we do during those times? The prophet Elijah was dealing with this in today's first reading. A wicked queen by the name of Jezebel was hunting for him, wanting to kill him, all because Elijah had done God's work, and she had turned against God. There are some very exciting stories leading to today's reading and following it in the first book of Kings. If you get the chance, read the first book of Kings, chapters 18 and 19. How did Elijah react to such a troubling situation? The story features prayers of a broken man. We heard him cry out, "Take my life, O Lord." He wanted an end to his misery. He wanted relief from his sufferings. And like many people who are depressed, he wanted to sleep. Pay very close attention to what God did next. God did not take Elijah's life. Rather, he sent an angel with food and drink. And we heard in the story how Elijah was reluctant to respond at first, but eventually he gets up. The angel told Elijah, "Eat and drink, or the journey will be too long." Frightened, exhausted, dispirited. It happened to Elijah. It can happen to any one of us. Even if we don't have a Queen Jezebel chasing after us, things and people in life can weigh us down. Things and people in life can threaten to break our spirits. How do we respond, regardless of whose fault it is? How should we respond? There are some simple yet very powerful lessons in today's readings, that we are to allow the Lord to feed and strengthen us. And this is where our faith comes in. It is not always easy to respond to God. We heard how Elijah had trouble with that at first, but somewhere deep within us, we can find that grace that God gives, that grace that leads us to believe that God promised to be with us even during our very worst times. In the gospel today, Jesus told the people around him, "Don't keep on complaining. Accept his food. It's a long journey ahead. It's a journey to eternal life. It's a journey that begins here and now, and we need God's nourishment." Some people had great difficulty recognizing that Jesus was the bread of life, the living bread. But remember, God's deliberate kindness shows this again and again and again. Maybe you and I are not in the kind of situation of desperation that Elijah was, but always keep in mind, somewhere, somebody is. Think about the lesson from today's second reading. We're told to be imitators of God, live in God's love. Such basic tenets of our faith. Remember this, and we might discover that we are the angel that God sends to someone in need. Pray about this.